Hi everyone, it's Kimberly back with the Twin Flame family, and I'm going to thanks for all your support, you guys. Been great working with everyone in individual sessions. I have a private session that is teleconference, and it's at a discounted rate right now so that you can try a reading and a Twin Flame coaching session with me. And I'm going to extend it through November 22nd, so 11/22. It was up on the website until 11/11 previously, so I think just because there have been so many new requests, and I'm really loving working with all of you, and I know it's like an opportunity for you to try me out as well, and I want to give you that chance, so definitely visit the website. It's thetwinflamefamily.com. Last week we held 2 workshops, and I have worksheets that went along with those workshops, and they were about shadow work and projection and balancing the polarities, both the divine masculine and divine feminine. If anyone's interested in getting some of that information, if you didn't take the actual workshop but want to maybe try the worksheets, or if you'd like to focus on either of those 2 things in our coaching sessions, just send me a note when you book online and just let me know, like, I want to focus on, could you help me facilitate my shadow work? Usually it comes through in the session anyhow, but we don't necessarily actually facilitate during the mini readings. That would be done in a longer session. So anyhow, if you're guided to do so, just visit the website. It's thetwinflamefamily.com. And for this week, we are coming up on a supermoon, a big, huge supermoon tonight. And it'll be at its fullest, I think, around between 6 and 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, Monday morning, the 14th, Eastern Standard Time. And there's a lot of energy behind it. And I know a lot of you are really moving forward on your missions now, or starting to think about doing that. And like I said in the last video, the energies are just saying, the guides are telling me, like, the time is right to move forward with our missions. And if you feel like roads had been blocked in the past, or that, like, you don't know how to bring it to life just yet, they're just saying, just start doing it. Just put it on paper. It doesn't matter how it's going to come to be. It's just like they're just saying, just start doing it, and that's the how will come. The manifestation will come right now. Pretty huge, especially around this full moon. So yeah, because with the full moon, just to remind you guys, you're basically in the spot to manifest all the intentions that you set at the new moon. So and I believe right now with a supermoon, we're manifesting like a lot of bigger things that we've been wishing for ourselves, and our goals and our mission and our lives. And so this is like just a powerful time of manifestation. Also, just, for the collective twin flames, I feel like, and I see it and have seen it in my own relationship, that this is a time, really, this week especially, of like, there's going to be a lot of wow moments. Like, wow, I'm really shifting the paradigm within myself and within our relationship. What do I mean by that? I mean, it's very much like starting to break the codes that have been, really just embedded within us, and becoming so aware. Like, I worked with many twin flames last week who just had breakthroughs and were, becoming so aware of some of these, their own toxic patterns that have been embedded in them since childhood, or, through lifetimes, parental wounds, societal pressures, belief systems that no longer really serve. And I just felt like over the past week and into next week, there's going to be like this big like wake up call, where it's not just, it's like now starting to piece together the awareness with, wow, I can actually change this. And I feel like twin flames are moving towards deeper commitment right now, because the wanting to make it work and wanting to clear the wounds and wanting to truly wanting to repattern, because the motivation of that togetherness or that commitment or that coming together is happening. It's happening. It's like it's starting to transform. Even the most stubborn, even the most triggered, even the most wounded are starting to repattern. And so I just want you to pay attention to that and know that as you do your own work to repattern, to shine the light on the shadow parts of ourselves, to become aware, to start to change those patterns, to go, you know what? I know that as much as my twin is like this, so am I. It's all a mirror reflection. And then to figure out where it's coming from within you so that you can start to decode, right? And start to heal from a different place, from a deeper place, a place where when these triggers reappear and your wounds are triggered again, they'll be more healed. So you'll react differently. And as a couple, a twin flame couple, whether you're in union or you're separated or you're in a relationship but you're not, a lot of you are doing a back and forth dance or not completely committed. I feel both parties wanting to move towards a deeper commitment now. And it's going to take commitment to ourselves. It's going to take commitment to repatterning within ourselves. And I feel both twins, both the divine masculine, both the divine feminine, really starting to own it. We're all on varying degrees of this scale right now. Some are just starting to own it, or you may be really owning it and your twin is just starting to come into the awareness. But either way, I feel a lot of healing coming on as we move to, and that's what I had said towards Thanksgiving. I'm getting that again. Thanksgiving is deeper commitment, unions, contact that's more productive than it had been in the past. So if there was a back and forth dance or a out of contact for a while, and you'll hear from your twin, and it's going to just be more productive than it was before. One thing that I had noticed over the past few weeks with my twin flame and I is the phrase "you're so." So that's what I named this segment, because it's you're so. What are you saying? You're so this. This is what we do. You're so this. You're so this. No, you're so that. No, you're so this. It's it is hilarious. It is a hilarious comedy that really transpires between us. But I think the "you're so" phrase needs to become I am. I am. What are you at the authentic level? You can look at your twin and say, you're so judgmental of me. You're so opinionated. Point the finger and go, you're so horrible to me. You're so mean to me. But in all of those phrases, you need to ask the question back, I am, or am I mean to you also? Who am I? Am I a mean person? Why am I being mean? Anything that our twin is doing to us is the same within us. It is a mirror reflection. So either we have the same exact wound, we're either projecting stuff upon them, or we are totally disowning, pieces of ourselves and inflicting, wounds on the other person. And it's to discover, your job right now is to discover where this is coming from, and start with the statement, I am. So instead of going, you're so this, or he's so that, when you're talking about your twin in the third person to somebody else, he's so, she's so this, he's so defensive. That's what I say about my twin. You're so defensive. And then I look at myself and I go, oh, shoot, I'm really defensive too. And it's we show it in different ways. It's coming from almost the same wound within us, but in a different context. Obviously, we had different upbringings and different trauma throughout our lives. So I just want you to think about that. Change the "you're so" judgments or projections or whatever that is that you're pinning on your twin flame, and look at yourself and go, am I that? What am I? And then start the phrase, I am. Find what the authentic truth is for you. I am a kind person. I do get a little mean when I get triggered, but it's only because, my dad used to be like, or my mom used to be really hard on me. So when you're hard on me, like, it just triggers that. And I don't mean to be mean, and I'm sorry, and I love you. And, this is where we have to come to, where we're really looking at it within ourselves, going, how are we being the same way of the what we're calling out in our twin? And by doing this is how we start to repattern. In this video is only touching a little piece of how to do your shadow work and how to start to change this process and recode our makeup, what's embedded in us. But I feel the twins moving towards this. And if you want to find out how to more fully move towards this and how to really, start to reprogram from within, contact me and we can have an individual call. But in the meantime, start with yourself and go, if you find yourself saying you're so this, you're so that in your relationship, start to look at, what am I? Well, am I the same? And then start a new phrase that says I am, and find the authenticity. Find what you authentically are, and then find out why you're behaving a certain way. So I hope that helps, and stay hopeful and positive, because lots of fuller things are happening. I feel like you're going to come into the fullness of your masculinity or femininity. You're going to start healing your wounds in more fullness. You're going to step into more fullness of commitment with twin flames. But it starts with you, and it starts with you doing the work. And right now is a huge time to be on your mission and really healing those last strands that we have in us that maybe we didn't want to fully look at before. So it's like taking a full view now at ourselves and saying, okay, how can I start to repattern this within myself through awareness? Because it starts with awareness. So I'll leave you with that message. I do have the Ascended Masters cards here, the Doreen Virtue deck. And I just figured I would pull a couple for this week's energy, see what the divine collective messages are. And these are great. Yeah. So 2 right here, which are choose peace and come out of the closet. So I have 2 messages here. So I'll talk about this one first. This is about and I think it came up previously, don't keep your gifts hidden. This is about starting to share your gifts with the world. And don't be afraid, just like I said in my last video. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to start to manifest what your mission statement looks like, what your logo looks like, when you might hold that workshop that you want to teach. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone and say, hey, would you like a free, healing session? I just want to get some practice. I'm thinking about starting to, work in this modality. And you'll get a really great response from the universe right now in terms of starting to work on your stuff and then starting to put it out into the universe. You'll see people being very receptive. It's saying, come out of the closet. Don't keep your gifts hidden. And also share your true feelings as well. But this, I really feel like is a mission thing, okay, for the individual. And choose peace, which is really, I feel like the message here, you guys, is very much ties back to what I was saying. It's about finding that balance within yourself so that we rid ourselves of the conflict. Well, we're pointing the finger going, you're so this and you're so that. That only causes more conflict. And instead going, well, what am I? And how can I come to the table in this experience with compromise, with seeing my own reflection clearly, with knowing what I am putting in the mix of this conflict or this runner-chaser scenario. And choose the peace, which means looking at who we really are and compromising and working on ourselves. And that's what this is about this week. Okay? Love to you all. Mwah. Visit the website, thetwinflamefamily.com. Again, www.thetwinflamefamily.com. And I will see you guys next week. Okay, bye.